I think I'm going to have to take over everything with this team. I took over free throw shooting the last 2 or 3 days and left three-point shooting to somebody else, so I'm going to have to get back to working on a couple more things. If I slur words, I just came back from the dentist. I had oral surgery and felt I got a prelim on it last night. So we struggle, and that's an understatement with our play, especially offensively. Everybody knows that. We had good looks. We didn't make them. When you don't make shots, you look bad. I think that causes you to be a little distracted maybe with your defense. But all in all, we played pretty good defense. But it was a game that was very, very labored, unlike how we've been playing recently. And you can give excuses, but it happened. And you can't let it happen, regardless of who you have playing. DJ gives us the kind of play that you win with. He couldn't throw it in the ocean last night. He started the mess for us by missing open shots or two. But when we had to have baskets, he made every free throw down the stretch, wanted the ball, made plays, and we won a game that maybe a few years ago we wouldn't have won. So we need to take stock in that. So we'll have a lot better team that comes in here on Saturday in Santa Barbara, and we know that. And we'll have to play a whole lot better if we expect to whole serve. I think we will. So I'll let you have questions maybe for DJ first and then me second.
DJ, just give us your take on that game last night, both from a personal standpoint and a team standpoint.
It was a hard one. I'm happy that we won, but it was a hard game to go through personally. We didn't shoot the ball very well at all, but we won that game with our defense, and that says a lot about our team. We had a couple of our guys that don't normally play the minutes that they did come in and play a big role in that game with our freshmen and contributed to this big win. But we just have to learn from it, get back in the gym, and just keep working hard.
Have you talked to Kawhi and Chase at all about their sicknesses?
Yeah, they're just getting better. We stopped by to see him last night, make sure everything's okay, talked to him, told him I hope he felt better. But they're soldiers, they'll be ready.
How about you? How do you feel?
I'm fine. Yeah.
DJ, how much notice did the players take of the cracking the top 10 in the coaches' poll?
Everybody was excited. It's something that nobody's really envisioned for us, but nobody knew how good we can be except for us. It's an amazing feeling. Not to say we got ahead of ourselves, but we take it for what it is, because you lose a game and you're out the top 10 just like that. So we enjoy it, but we always have room for improvement.
You said you'd go back to the gym and learn from this game. What do you guys need to learn from this game?
It's some of the small things. I noticed I just got done watching film. There's a lot of standing around. The ball didn't move very well on the offensive end. Took a lot of hurried shots, quick shots, and that's just something that we just have to learn from. We have to watch some more film and just learn from it.
A lot of guys standing around because they were looking at that top 10 ranking.
No, I don't think that was it. It was just it was a new group out there without Kawhi and Chase. It's definitely not an excuse. But it was a learning experience for us all. But we know that when Kawhi and Chase do go down, that we do have players that can step up and help us win a game.
I guess maybe both of you answer this. A lot is made of Kawhi and how good he is. But missing Chase, he just seems like a guy who maybe isn't always that flashy, doesn't always have big numbers, but has a lot of numbers in a lot of categories. Steady influence. Could you just talk about how maybe you you learn how good he is when he's not there.
Right. Chase is a player that's good at everything. He's good at on ball, good at off ball defense. He's good with the ball, and he plays well without the ball. So he contributes a lot to this team. And it showed last night how much he does mean to this team. He's a very high energy guy. He gets everybody excited. Fun guy to be around. And the things that he does for this team is it's stuff that not a lot of players do. The way he's able to get his hands on a lot of balls, deflecting them, blocking shots and playing solid defense. So he contributes a lot to this team.
Coach, Kawhi threw up during that Wichita State game. Is this still, you still feeling the effects from that, or is it getting worse, or how exactly sick is he?
I don't think they're related at all. I think, that was I don't know. He felt like he maybe drank something at halftime that didn't sit well with him, but that had no bearing on where he is now. He's got a little touch of the flu, hopefully, and that's all it is. And we thought we could maybe have him. He had an IV, as did Chase, but neither of them were capable of going.
Coach, could you talk a little bit about the two freshmen who played last night and how important it was to get them not only minutes, but heavy minutes in important situations, not just at the end of a 20-point game, and going forward, how important that was to get them sort of those minutes.
This truly was the first meaningful minutes for Jamal Franklin, and I thought he did a really good job. He took a quick three the first time he touched the ball early on, and then didn't, maybe to a fault, didn't look to shoot it after that from the perimeter. I thought he guarded well, went on the floor a couple of times, got a couple of defensive rebounds. He got an offensive rebound where he got fouled, missed the 1-and-1. The very next possession, he got a defensive rebound where he got fouled and missed the 1-and-1. If he could have made three of those four, who knows what the story of the game might have been. But I thought he did a good job blending in and doing what we expected him to do. LB started the first time he started, and I thought he played a little jittery. He's come in some significant moments, meaningful moments, and really played well. He turned the ball over the first two times he tried to make a play, and I think he got a little bit tentative after that, and I think that affected his play. I think freshmen sometimes play that way, up and down. I think LB was disappointed in his play, but intelligent enough to go back and look and see the things that he needs to make sure that he does or doesn't do as we move forward. So it's good for both of them.
DJ, have you kind of been mentoring LB in practice a little bit, kind of teaching him the ropes?
Yeah, I've been trying. LB, he's a kid with a lot of questions. He asks a lot during practice, and he's the kind of guy who's calling me at night, texting me at night, asking for advice, how to deal with this adversity and stuff. And I'm always there, to answer his questions, to help the best I can. I was in a similar situation with Richie, so we talk often.
Coach, is there I know there's no excuses for the performance, but are there reasons why the game was so close? Was it the guys not getting up for a lesser opponent or inexperienced freshmen out there? Why not a more dominant victory over a school like Cal?
Welcome back, John. We haven't seen you for a while. I don't know if that was planned or not, but welcome back. So I don't know if you've seen some of our other games other than on TV, but things happen, and we didn't play well. We didn't shoot well, and when you don't shoot well, that sometimes can affect the other end of the ball a little bit subconsciously. Maybe it did, but we didn't play. We played like the score would indicate. We played just enough to get a win, and that's just not acceptable, but it happened. And you say, why did it happen? I do think that there was a little looking around and saying, okay, LB's going to start. What's that going to mean? And we don't have Kawhi. How are we going to get the rebounds? And for a team that's as good as we are, I don't think we had the, it's not cockiness, but that swagger about us as we went out there that, hey, we're still good. Doesn't matter who we've got. And hopefully you learn from that. And as I said before, we were fortunate to get a win. And if we play that way, shoot that way, in the next few games, we probably will get a loss. So hopefully we will play better. And, I know we will shoot better, or at least I hope we were. We were 0 for 18 from three-point range, and I would say 15 of those 18, unguarded, wide open, didn't go in. And if you shoot that way, if you watch the tape, they got tighter and tighter and tighter around Malcolm, where it was very difficult to get an inside game going, and we got a little reluctant. Jamal, maybe through a comment I made, Jamal didn't even look at the rim offensively. So when he's out there, they're playing 5-on-4 on the perimeter. But again, you go back and we gave them the day off, so we're looking at the tape. And tomorrow when we come in, we will show them a lot of film on some of the things that we did and didn't do. And hopefully you gain and grow from that. And I think that we will.
Have you ever seen 0 for 18 before? And what's it like as a coach? I mean, they missed the first 2, 3, 4 of them. You think no big deal, but once that gets up to like, man, we taking 10 shots from beyond the arc and nothing's falling. How frustrating is that for you as a coach?
Well, I saw 0 for 9 last Wednesday. Fortunately, that was on the other team. That was what Cal shot from three-point range. This is our second game this year where we've been 0 for from three-point range. I believe we were 0 for 7 against somebody. We've got guys that can make shots, and I don't want them. When we do this, that means throw the ball inside, and we did this quite often last night when we, after we took a couple that didn't go in. And you have to, when you have a wide open look, most of the time, I want them to take it. There were a couple of times last night when I was glad we passed it up because we had taken nothing but perimeter shots, and we wanted to get a post touch for Billy or for Malcolm. And that was an excruciatingly hard game to go through from a fan standpoint, a referee standpoint. The one ref, finally when we knew we were going to win with about 8 seconds to go, he said, well, you fought your way through that one, Steve. And we did. And I said, yeah, you did too.
DJ, are you killing your finals?
I'm all done with school now. So yeah, just basketball now.
Coach, here people were all asking about this tough game that you played. 2 years ago when you weren't ranked, there might not be any of these questions. Is there that much more of a microscope put on your team because you're number 11 in the country, number 10 in one poll? And if you look around, I think Michigan State had a 1-point game against Oakland, and Ohio State was losing IUPUI late in the game. How hard is it when you have that target on your back and that microscope on all your games?
That's what happens. I guarantee you, if you picked up the Michigan State paper or the Ohio State paper after the games that you mentioned, there will be all kinds of chatter about are they any good? Are they as good as they are rated? And on and on and on. This is new air that we breathe. But it's the same refrain. Doesn't matter who you are. Same questions. And my job is to make sure that we believe we're good, that we know we're good, and then play that way. I think sometimes you have a game like this and you start to doubt yourself, and others might say, well, man, they can't do this or they can't do that. We can. And that's my job, to make sure, without allowing them to overlook all the things that we didn't do well, we could shoot the ball. So we got to say, go out and work on your game shots in practice, and when you get that shot on Saturday, you're going to make it. You start carping on all the things you're not doing, and pretty soon you can be paralyzed a little bit out of a concern or fear that you're going to fall right into. Here we go again. And I have to try my best to make sure I can help not allow that to happen. DJ does a great job of that. You never see him change expressions. He was 1 for 11 last night and turned the ball over a couple times. No disrespect, he's sitting right here. But he knew when he got that ball at the end, he says, I'm going to take that ball, they're going to foul me, and I'm going to make 2 free throws, and I'm going to make 2 free throws again, and we're going to win an ugly game. And that's what he did. And that's what we have to do. He wasn't thinking about the 1 for 11 from the field when he went to the free throw line. That's a veteran player, that's a poised player, that's a captain of a really good team, that's a guy that's done it before. Now we need to help some of the guys that haven't done it before do what DJ does. And I've said that often. Sometimes they get tired of hearing me. You know, do what DJ does. Follow his lead. Listen to what he says.
Anything else for Coach?
DJ, just touching on that question, how much confidence and swagger has this team developed now that you're 11-0 and have so many players back from the tournament team?
We go into every game feeling very confident, knowing that we're going to walk away with the W. Sometimes people might think that might be to our disadvantage, and might call it overlooking the team, but we go in knowing that we have each other's back out there, and confident that we're going to come back with the win. I think that the schedule that the coaches have put together this year has helped put this team together in a great way. Playing away, at Gonzaga, our first 5 games being away, all we had was each other out there, and built the team camaraderie we need to know that we are a very good team.